Greetings, fellow Earthlings. This is Dave Smith with And Another Thing with Dave. I want to talk about the Clintons, specifically Hillary Clinton, and how she can't just seem to go away. She still thinks that people care what she has to say for some reason. Um, Unbelievable. So, through the Podesta email leaks, which, WikiLeaks denied that it was Russia. So it wasn't Russia. It was more than likely Snowden or Chelsea Manning or Um, but through those leaks, we learned that Hillary Clinton conspired with the DNC to overthrow the 2016 primary and steal the 2016 primary from Bernie. Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigned over that controversy. So, all this crap about Russia interfering in our elections. Oh my God, Russiagate, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, Hillary Clinton did interfere in our election. We know this. It's proven. Then if you want to talk about Russiagate, well, that all started because Hillary Clinton and the DNC hired a spy from the UK to go dig up dirt on Clinton on Trump in Russia. And then that guy wrote what's called the Steele dossier, which is the whole backbone of the Russiagate BS. The Steele dossier has been proven to be, totally faulty, but that's what the FBI used to base their investigation on, even after they heard it was, not corroborated. And just now, MSNBC is finally saying that the Steele dossier doesn't hold any weight. But they've been beating the Russiagate drum for months now. Unbelievable. For a year. So, Hillary, just go away. We don't want to hear from you or Bill ever again. Then there's all the scandals that they've been involved with. Most recently, Epstein. Hillary herself flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Bill admitted to flying on the plane 4 times, the Lolita Express. But the flight records show that he actually flew on the plane 26 times. So I don't think it's a coincidence that Bill Clinton is named in the Epstein investigation, Prince Andrew of the UK is named, and Donald Trump is named. Not long, 2 weeks after that, Epstein's dead. Not a coincidence. Epstein did not kill himself. The most recent break in that case is that now the video footage from the security camera in the hallway outside his cell is missing. So the video footage from his cell, that camera malfunctioned. The guards left their post, both of them. His cellmate was transferred away. There's no video footage or anything. The ex-coroner of New York went on record to say that the injuries were more in line with a homicide than a suicide. And this is the ex-coroner from New York City. How many homicides and suicides has he seen? Quite a few. So no coincidence. So once again, the Clintons are tied to dirt. Then there's the whole Vincent Foster thing. Look up what happened to Vincent Foster on YouTube. Vincent Foster was the highest ranking official to die in office since Kennedy. He was a longtime friend and advisor to Bill Clinton, and he was found dead with a bullet wound to the back of the head in a park outside Washington, D.C. Bill Clinton specifically put the park police on the investigation, personally put the park police on the investigation of this guy. Instead, it should have been the FBI, right? What the hell? High-ranking political official. But he had dirt on the Clintons. He'd been with the Clintons since before Whitewater. So he knew all of their shady financial dealings. there's all kinds of dirt coming out about the Clinton Foundation and Haiti, corruption and good old boy deals there. Whitewater, they screwed people out of retirement funds. Then going way back, how did Bill Clinton ever come onto the political scene? This is the amazing thing. He was the governor of Arkansas, the poorest state in the nation. How is that guy going to rise up to be president of the United States? Well, funny thing. The Iran-Contra scandal, these are all documentaries about all these things are on my YouTube channel, and Another Thing with Dave on YouTube. You can find documentaries under playlists, created playlists. But in Mena, Arkansas, the CIA was smuggling plane loads of cocaine into the U.S., 3 tons at a time, and then selling that on the black market, buying weapons against Congress's behest, and then flying those weapons down to Nicaragua and supporting a rebel war that Congress did not want to support. So the Bush White House went against congressional orders and decided to fund a black operation, black ops, smuggling coke into the U.S. to pay for it, shutting down national security to get the planes in. Where did those planes land? Mena, Arkansas. Enter Bill fucking Clinton. Excuse my language. But so now it all kind of makes sense. Bill Clinton looked the other way, maybe even worked with Bush on this. Next thing you know, he's in the presidential spotlight. He's in the, he's a runner-up. He's a contender. He's a contender now. So it all makes sense. And Barry Seal is the guy who was smuggling the cocaine. He's come out about it. But like I say, the guy who broke the story, Gary Webb, was the reporter for the San Jose Mercury News. He was suicided. Long list of people suicided by the Clintons. But yeah, Gary Webb shot himself in the head after breaking this story. Yep. And how any self-respecting woman could vote for Hillary Clinton? Like, are you kidding? There's a poster of like the 126 men Bill Clinton has had affairs with. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, the guy, now we know he's a pedophile, but before that we knew he was a creepy perv dog that cheated on his wife habitually. So what kind of woman is going to vote for Hillary when she stood by her man after her man cheated on her countless times? So anyway, like to hear people's thoughts on this. What do you think of the Clinton crime family? And do you think it would be any better than Trump if she was president? I don't know. I can't say I do. Greetings, fellow Earthlings. This is Dave Smith with another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. So, I'm digging this new podcast outlet here on Anchor. Pretty cool. But what I'd like to talk about in this episode here is the Clinton crime family. A lot of people don't know the deep, dark history of the Clinton crime family. So I'd like to go into some details about the Clintons. Give a little history and some background. So this goes back to 1978. Hillary Clinton made 100 times her investment in profit. So Hillary Clinton was investing in 1978. She was investing in cattle futures, right? She had no experience with cattle, no experience investing. She invested $1,000. The first day she made $5,000. Ultimately, she cashed out $100,000. She put in $1,000 as a novice investor with no experience and made $100,000. The company managing her investment, Revco, and her person managing her account, Redbone, were both fined the biggest ever fine by the Securities Exchange Commission for violating what's called margins requirements, meaning their account dipped as far as $50,000 into the negative, and it's never supposed to be in the negative like that. It's called a margin call. If your purse doesn't have enough in it, your stock value goes, or your futures value goes down, well, then you got to pay up, and that's called a margin call. Hillary never got a margin call in a whole year, and she dipped below the requirement many times, to the point where the Securities Exchange Commission issued their biggest fine ever to the people handling her account. So that's one area where, Hillary was totally complicit. And another one is the Iran-Contra scandal. There's a great documentary called The Mena Connection. Mena, Arkansas. It's spelled MENA. The Mena Connection, 1995. You can see it free on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel and Another Thing with Dave on YouTube under playlists, under created playlists. If you want to look, you can see it there. Great documentary, breaks down how George Bush Sr. and the CIA were smuggling cocaine into Mena, Arkansas to fund an illegal war in South America. And where were they flying the cocaine into? Mena, Arkansas, a little airstrip in Bill Clinton's Mena, Arkansas. He was the governor there at the time. So that's what put Bill Clinton on the political stage as governor of one of the poorest states in the Union. I always wondered, how did you go from governor of Arkansas to president? Well, that's how. Doing business with the Bushes. That'll do it. So, and then, then you can look into, there's many videos on YouTube about the Whitewater scandal, the Clintons' involvement in that, the Rose Law Firm. It's all dark. And then, then we come more recently, and you've got the Young Turks doing a piece on the WikiLeaks emails, right? The Podesta emails and the DNC emails that were leaked by WikiLeaks. The Young Turks, Cenk Uygur on the Young Turks did a piece about how it shows just the basic pay-to-play of the Clinton Foundation. So basically, you donate enough to the Clinton Foundation and you'll get one-on-one time with the president or Hillary. And in most cases, those ended up with favorable business deals, and for the company that met with either of the Clintons, and it ended up making the Clintons a ton of money. With Bill Clinton being paid $700,000 for a speech, to bankers. What are you telling bankers that they're going to pay you that kind of money? Or meeting with business people and then getting a favorable trade deal. Basically Hillary was using her position as Secretary of State to create a pay-to-play environment. And that's all totally proven through the DNC's own emails. It's unbelievable. Then you have further emails going on to show, you know, Hillary Clinton conspiring with DNC to steal the 2016 primary from Bernie Sanders. That was totally proven. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the head of the DNC, had to resign over the scandal. So here we're talking about all this, collusion, right? Oh, Russian collusion in our elections. Well, here Hillary was caught. Why is nobody talking about that? She was caught. Unbelievable. The media just doesn't even touch it. Won't even touch it. Unbelievable. And the whole premise of Russiagate is the Steele dossier, right? Well, where did the Steele dossier originate? From Hillary Clinton and basically the Clintons hiring a private investigator, some, spook from the UK, to go to Russia and try to dig up dirt on Trump. That is the origin of the Steele dossier. So, it's basically a political hit piece. So, and it's been completely debunked and discredited. So before the FBI used it as the foundation of their case, it had been debunked, discredited, and said to be there's no there. It's not a substantial document, and it's not credible. That's the word I was looking for. It's not credible. So here we're pointing fingers, and we've got mass corruption right here. Then you got the Clintons' involvement in Haiti. They made a ton of money. Got like $50 million was donated to the Clinton Foundation for relief of the Haiti Relief Project, whatever. That ended up being a big old pay-to-play thing. A developer was given a favorable deal, given the rights to the redevelopment. Well, guess what? All the money got spent. They built 200 model houses with no running water, no plumbing, no electricity, model houses. Those are the only houses that exist. How are you going to spend $50 million and not even build one neighborhood? Unbelievable. So people are living in these little shacks that don't have running water, toilets, nothing. Ugh. It's unbelievable. But, and now Hillary has the nerve to rear her head in oh my God, I was hoping she went away after 2016, but no, it rears its ugly head again. And she was on Howard Stern last week, I think it was December 9th or something. But she was on Howard Stern whining about how Bernie Sanders hurt her. Bernie Sanders hurt her. Let that sink in for a second. How in the hell did Bernie Sanders hurt Hillary Clinton? By endorsing her? By handing her all of his supporters? Trying to, anyway. I didn't vote for her. I was a Bernie or bust guy. I know a lot of people were, and a lot of people went to Trump because they were, I can see why. There was no way I was ever going to vote for Hillary. So I wrote Bernie's name in. And I know a lot of people voted for Trump out of frustration. They were, be damned if they would vote for Hillary, knowing her track record. What has Hillary offered? All of her time. What has she done? She's just a total war hawk. What have the Clintons done for anybody? Bill Clinton repealed Glass-Steagall, which led to the collapse of 2008. It set the stage for it. He moved he's basically credited with moving the Democratic Party right. So now the Democratic Party is basically like the party of moderate Republicans. Obama is even on YouTube in a speech saying, if my policies were to be viewed today, I'd be viewed as a moderate Republican. He even said it. Unbelievable. So the party has moved, but what do the Clintons have to offer? They don't have anything to offer. And Jimmy Dore says this. I got this from the Jimmy Dore show. Love Jimmy Dore. He's on it. He's killing it. And his whole thing is the Democrats have so little to offer that all they can do is slam Trump and the Republican Party. But they have zero to offer the working people. So they can't talk about policies. And they can't talk about corruption, right? Like the whole Biden corruption thing, that just got swept under the rug. Why? Because they're all corrupt. Why can't Nancy Pelosi talk about the impeachment of George Bush? Because she's implicit in it. She's implicit in it. She knew about it and said nothing. So she can't mention that, or she could be tried for war crimes. So the Democratic Party has shit to offer, working Americans. Nothing. Hasn't for a long, long, long time. And now that's becoming completely evident. And Hillary thinks she can rear her ugly head and try to affect this election? Oh, God, just go away, lady. Like, she's talking smack about Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, that was awesome. Tulsi laid into her the epitome of the rot and what's wrong with our political system. The rot in our political system. I love that. But, yeah, I just don't get it. The Clintons have a deep, 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 dark history. And I created a whole channel playlist called the Clinton Crime Family on my YouTube channel if you want to check out some of the documentaries that delve into the details. But suffice to say, never Hillary. Anyway, this has been Dave with And Another Thing, coming at you with another little podcast rant. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Make it a great day. Hey, if you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you, it's a great way to make podcasts. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit right from your phone or your computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money right from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and everything you need is right in one place. It's pretty cool. Go try Anchor. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Oh my God, one thing I forgot to touch on is the Clintons' disgusting pedo side. So, the Pizzagate emails tied John Podesta to crazy, weird pedophilia crap. Him and his brother have a really, really disturbing art collection. And they also went to what's called a spirit cooking dinner, where there's like 3 different bodily fluids used in preparing the meal. And Podesta invited Hillary. This was all in the leaked emails. Invited Hillary to this spirit cooking meal. The person that was putting on the spirit cooking meal has been known to throw satanic rituals with mock human sacrifices or mock cannibalism for like Hollywood celebrities. She'll get these cakes that are really anatomically correct, and then everybody eats the human-shaped cake, made to scale. So there's that gross, disgusting association. But then there's Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Clinton was named in the Epstein investigation. So pretty funny how 2 weeks after Bill Clinton's named in the Epstein investigation, the guy's dead in a cell in solitary confinement. Dead. He was on suicide watch, then taken off a suicide watch. The cameras happened to go out. The guards happened to leave their post, and they weren't supposed to. And the camera in the hallway, that footage has disappeared. A couple weeks after he ratted on Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton says he flew on the guy's plane 4 times. The flight log shows 26 times. And Hillary Clinton flew on the guy's plane. So, ew. Gross, gross, gross. So, there it is. Guilt by association sometimes works, You can tell a lot about people by who they choose to spend their time with. Then there's the fact that, the Clintons and Trump were good old friends and go way back. And leaked emails also show that Clinton chose Trump to run against her as what's called a Pied Piper candidate. They propped him up, got the military to prop him up because they thought he had no chance in hell of winning. Well, guess what? Hillary Clinton was such a horribly unelectable candidate, so unlikable, so corrupt, so bought and paid for, so unlikable, that the country chose a reality show host over her. That says a lot. That says a lot. And some other leaked emails show Hillary, in her speeches to bank executives for like $400,000 or whatever. She's telling them, well, you have to wear, as a politician, you have to wear 2 hats because you can't tell the public what you really think. She just flat out says it, that she tells the public one thing, but it's telling them the truth. It's unbelievable. So, the Clintons are unbelievable. There's a movie called The Clinton Body Count about all the people that have crossed the Clintons that have died in mysterious ways. I'm not saying it's, legit, but you might want to check it out. It poses some interesting questions, The art of intimidation, gangster tactics, the likes. Anyway, this has been Dave with And Another Thing. Keep it real. Keep on fighting.